Sorry, mate.
Mate, I tell you that we're cursed. Like,
I'm back on the pace.
We should be able to like repost this and save this stuff. You know, we are cursed, man.
It's fine. It's fine. It will go back up. It will go up. I've got thankfully now I've got a lovely little team now. We've got a couple of writers, but I've got some really nice little video editors, and they've gone to great lengths. We've not really found an easy route for this, but actually like downloading and re-recording and actually editing and putting some highlights together on all these lives as well and things like that. So we'll make sure you get a lovely, nice copy.
Wonderful.
And we'll, yeah. Oh no, that first bit though would be just disappear. Yeah.
That's it. All gone. All gone. I told you, man. We're cursed.
But yeah, oh man. Right, let's start.
We'll have to catch up.
Let's redo the intro.
I'll do Southend with you, and then, oh no, maybe not because you Wi-Fi shit. But we'll do somewhere together, and we'll just do a little info, little intro together.
Yeah, exactly. I think, but one of the things I want to start doing is get these things so they're not on the internet anymore. So I want to go with Joe Rogan and just like get myself a little studio and just have people rock up to a studio. That would make this much easier.
So I did a 2-day video shoot last week for Gareth Pugh, where we created some insane stuff for his latest Fashion Week collection. So that'll be launched. So that it was with Nick Knight. So they'll put together the whole video collection, and when it's scheduled to go out, that'll be aired on his collection at that time.
Amazing.
Which was sick, man. Honestly, it was so fucking cool. And then I've got Milan for Francesca Liberatore, and that's on the 25th of September. So Milan is literally going ahead just straight up as normal, runway shows, whatever.
Is it?
I mean, honestly, 40 models, just like crack on, tight space. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? It's going to be weird, man. That. So. Got that going on, but like I'm obviously like New York. I usually do about 10 shows, 10 plus shows.
Yeah.
Obviously not going there this season, so yeah, all a bit weird. Just don't quite know how it's like. It's weird, man, because we've reached out to loads of designers, but you half wonder whether it's going to change the industry. And it's one of those, we've tried to stay really on the pulse with what's going on, but you half wonder whether it's going to actually create a change, and people are going to be, well, designers and PR and publicists and all the people that run the show are going to go, actually, do you know what? We spent maybe 20 grand on this video shoot. Like, we had models, we did whatever, we have creative control, we had time, which is one thing during a runway show which you don't have,
Yeah.
And it's like we had time to make sure that everything was right and produced well to a great quality. It's like, it's mental. Some of the, there's boards that you see at Fashion Week that like literally have their name on, and I remember doing my first ever show, and I remember looking in the during the run through, and I was stood next to the publicist, the PR at the time, and she's like, that board there? It's like literally just a big board that goes up, and where the models come out, one's offset that goes back, and it's usually got their name on it.
Yeah.
And they walk out. They're like, that's 30 grand right there. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, those boards. Just those boards are 30 grand. I'm like, you are fucking kidding me, mate. It was three plain boards, one obviously slight offset and the name. I was like, 30 grand. Are you fucking having a laugh? Wow. It's like, it is insane. So you kind of go, wow, I bet you people are getting a load more for their money now and creating more content, more digital assets, more social media images. Brands can spend longer getting how-to videos that sponsor it. I think it might be a turning point in the road, man, where it's where it becomes more monetizing and more asset creating for a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a sad day once it, if Paris and Milan, sort of folded in that sense and it went digital. I think that would be really, really sad day, especially for Paris, man. Like, such iconic brands and shows are presented there, and it's such an experience. I think there will, I'd like to think that there'd still be a big demand for that tactical stuff. I mean, some of the shoots that I've been doing recently are people shooting like digital, it's kind of like a lookbook, I suppose, but they were saying it's like this would literally be our buying collection. Buyers would come into the studio and choose it, but we can't have anyone in the studio now, so it's just like a show, like that people are doing with shows, but these are for the brand, like the PR brands. And then but now we're shooting like a digital book on video, so that but it's like all just detailing each piece, and it's like, so that's like a whole new concept. It's like, because it's not, I don't know, it's not a lookbook, so don't class it as a lookbook, but then it's not anything to do with a campaign.
Yeah.
So actually, there's like a new piece of work from our point of view. It's like a new commission to take. And I would like to see some more digital, because we've always been, pioneer, trying to get information and knowledge from behind the scenes at Fashion Week and stuff. And I would definitely champion to see a bit more of it. I don't want to see them disappear completely. But
no, not me.
But there are some amazing shows that would like theatrical performances, aren't they? So we can't lose that, and that can't be replicated.
No, it'll just take time. That's all it is. It's time. Like, people losing the fear, and it's been interesting owning the salons as well, and still nipping into that world where seeing people come in for the first time and still having the fear of coming into a place and going, this is literally the biggest thing I've done since March.
Yeah.
And you're like, what do you mean? And they're like, they've not left the house really, and they're like, oh my God, I just needed my hair doing that bad that I needed to come in and get it done. And you're like, oh my God, I can't believe you haven't left the house since March. And you want to say, what's wrong with you? But everyone's got their own different scenario and kind of a drama or issues or whatever going on. That it's a shame, man. It is a shame that this has restricted everyone and put fear into some people that you can't really. I mean, it's not up to you to kind of try and reason with them and go, don't be afraid, come out, do this. But everyone's got their own circumstances.
Like, people would say, but we're all in it together. We're all going through the same thing. I'm like, yeah, but my reality is completely different to the person's reality sitting next to me. So actually, we're not all going through the same thing. I mean, it's might be the same reason,
the same storm.
Yeah, but the effects are different for everybody. And like I say, like the fear, the psychology part is what I find interesting now, is how the consumer is changing. A lot of salons are talking about, they had like a busy couple of months, everybody piling back in to get their hair done, and now some people are talking of like, they're down because there's not much football. Are you experiencing that?
We're lucky that we're not, but there are salons that do have like the 6-week cycle of people, or maybe only a 4-week cycle, and then everyone rebooks back in. But dude, we've always been a salon chain that is lucky enough to be inundated with bookings, so we can never get people in. So we always run over 90% productivity. So wow. We're really lucky with that we like, this has only created an even bigger demand. So no, man, I mean, we're okay, but I do empathize with people that are in that situation, and if we hadn't have been going so long, we would have been in that scenario, I'm sure. But thankfully we're not. And if anyone is listening to this that is a hair salon owner that would like that is struggling and would like to reach out, and the business isn't in a good shape, then please do just get in touch. I'd like to think that I'm a really creative person. I do some really cool stuff all over the world. Hey, Julie. No, thanks for tuning in. I do some really creative stuff over the world, but at the same time, like, I manage a hell of a lot of staff and run a business and some new salons in there as well. Some really new salons that are a year or two old. And if there is anyone that would like little bits of advice or just to pick my brains or hop on the phone and go, I don't quite know what to do with this, then just drop me a message and I'll happily talk to you and share any bits of knowledge that I've got, because that's what I was lucky enough
You're
to
gonna be
have.
busy on emails tomorrow, mate. I hope you got the day off.
Yeah.
I was gonna. I was already blushing at the start of this. For anybody that didn't see the beginning, I was already pink from my day on the beach.
I thought it was just high blood pressure, but yeah,
Yeah,
no.
the stress of my kids, mate.
Yeah.
um, I can't wait to be able to just work, to be honest, without children and concentrate on business alone for a little bit. You know, can't wait for September when they go back to school. How? I mean, you've already been through it though. Do you know what I mean? You've got success in your salons story, but how do you maintain it? Like, what's getting you through? Because you know, I know you've got a young family.
Well, do you know
All
what, dude?
these other jobs. How are you managing it all?
I'm really lucky that I've got a wife and that's super supportive. My child's an angel, mate. Honestly, she's so cool. Like I'm really lucky that she's fun. She's just, yeah, great to be around, and I enjoy it. And lockdown at first, it was tough, man, because it was different for me because I was always working, and then it was suddenly I'm at home all the time. And I found that really tough, not from a family point of view, because I love my family, but it was more that I had no focus or drive, and I was like, what's my purpose, you know? And then I kind of got used to that. But since we started up, like my wife's been really supportive and understanding, and she's put in extra work. She works for us as well. She does some epic work. She's a really successful stylist herself, freelance wise as well.
Got some
Got some.
amazing hair. Got some amazing hair. I love seeing that on your feed. Both of you do some like really lovely luxury hair.
Thanks,
Awesome,
mate.
like super condition, full of all the extensions you put in. As you can tell, there's some really, you know, good skills and time and effort are going into all of your clients. It's so impressive. I don't know whether because I'm all a riot at sea now, which bits of information are in which live. We lost the one at the
Yeah,
beginning,
yeah.
but like, so we were talking in the last one that we lost about the, you know, facing the changes that we've had to make, coming back and reopening the salon and stuff. So are those the key changes that you kind of think you've had to do? So sort of like, have you done any more? Obviously, so you've got reduced staff. Is that some of them on furlough? Have you reducing capacity? Have you moved chairs away from each other? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, hey Michelle. So yeah, we've changed hours around. We've increased hours. We've created more space. We got rid of the staff room and turned that into a workable space. And then we took a flat upstairs in one of the shops to and suddenly you're like, right, okay, you got a 2-bedroom flat as your staff room now. And so it's because we just couldn't fit people in, and so it's been really tough, man. And we've took on extra expenses like a flat, for example, but at the same time it's like we've had to reduce. like i I used to work on a Thursday and Friday in a particular salon, and now I can't. And I'm like, it's not like I'm kicking around and doing nothing. I'm still out. There's always stuff to do in other salons, and session work, whatever. But there's, there isn't that flexibility and freedom that if a job doesn't come in, I'm like, oh, work here that day. It's not like that anymore. It's like, oh, actually, like tomorrow I couldn't work in the salon that I work in, and I have my daughter in the morning, then going shopping for the wife's birthday present, and usually I'd be spanking in the money. It's so that kind of stuff it's restricted, man. But at the same time, I'm not gonna lie, mate, I kind of enjoy it, that it's gave me a new perspective on a work-life balance.
Yeah.
It's where you kind of go, whoa, I used to do so many things so hard, so fast, and always be busy. That do I really need to be that busy and do that much all the time? The answer is no, mate. I don't. It's like it was to a point where it was unhealthy, you know. So it has given me a real fresh perspective on life.